Ladies and gents, hello and welcome back to another absolute banger. Now, what I do for a living, my full-time occupation, is helping people turn their individual skills that they have into a $5,000 to $10,000 per month business. I've done it hundreds of times already, and I'm going to do it thousands and thousands more. And one of the major things that we have to kind of overcome, we have to go through when it comes to turning your skills into a business and actually creating some kind of service-based business out of something that you're good at, is creating an offer, because your offer is like the front door of your business. If you can imagine a front door of a house and then the house behind the door of the house, your front door of the house is your offer. It's what people see before they actually enter. It's the initial impression that they get before they get to see what's inside of the house. And if you walked up to a house and that front door was dilapidated, it was rotting, it was like moldy, it was disgusting, no matter what's inside the house, no matter if there's a mansion in that house, you're still not walking in that house, right? Because the door is ugly. The door isn't inviting. It doesn't make you want to go inside. The house is the service. The door, the front door, is your offer. You need to make sure, if you want to turn your skills into a business, if you want to scale that business to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, however much you want to do, that your offer of your business is top quality, as in it is 10 out of 10. It cannot be better, because your offer can sell itself. Your offer of your services and what you do for someone, how you do it, what the transformation of value is from you to them, and how it all works. And due to its sheer importance, I wanted to make a video where I run through a complete offer masterclass for you, explaining how you can basically optimize your offer at different stages of business. So what an offer looks like at a business that makes you $3,000 per month, what an offer has to look like to make you $5,000 per month, what an offer has to look like to make you $10,000 per month, and $20,000 per month. Because offers adapt, they change, they evolve as you grow your business, because the offer is like the stilts of your house, right? It's like what your house is on top of. It's the foundation. Now, if you build a hut, you're going to have stilts, like pillars, that will support that hut, right? That's your business. Your hut is your business. Your pillars are your foundations of the business. If you want to grow that business and you want to build a mansion, you need to reinforce those pillars and those stilts. And reinforcing them basically means improving your offer. So as you want to jump to the next level of business again and again and again, you need to improve your offer so that it can actually basically support you making $20,000 per month, because an offer that is built for a business that makes you $3,000 per month is not the same offer that will make you $20,000 per month. So in this video, I'm going to give you a complete masterclass of basically what you need in each section, each kind of milestone of business to make more money in regards to your offer, and how you can optimize it along the way. I've got my little notepad here that you can see. I've got some notes that I'm just going to kind of run you through, and this is what I've seen from experience. I've helped people grow their businesses from nothing to $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, even upwards of $30,000, $40,000 a month, and at each different stage of growth, they have a new offer. Not a new offer completely, but they have an adapted offer, an improved offer, and a unique offer. So I'm basically just going to completely take down the curtains, throw the curtains to the side, and give you everything you need to know to create an offer that will support a business that makes you $20,000 per month. From my experience within my own business, from what I've helped other people do, so that you literally have no more questions about it, and there's never a question of, oh, how do I create a good offer? This is the only video that you're going to need to watch if you want to build a bulletproof offer that will make you tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars, of pounds, whatever currency you're in, per month. So let's do it. Now, the first thing you need to understand before we even talk about what makes a better offer is what actually is an offer. Now, this is what an offer looks like in a snapshot. It's what's known as an elevator pitch, essentially a pitch that you could deliver to somebody in the time frame, the space of an elevator ride, where you can explain to someone what you do, how you do it, and how you help them. So this is what it looks like. The blue is the gaps that you would kind of fill in with your unique business, and the black is just a template. So we help niche, as in who exactly you're targeting, achieve result, as in what is the transformation you're trying to help people achieve, in time frame, how long does it take you to deliver the service, with unique thing, what is your unique vehicle that's going to get them to where they want to get to, without pain point, as in what is a pain point that you're now alleviating for them. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Take a screenshot of that, grab that, whatever you want to do, because this is what you can fill in to basically make your own unique offer, your own unique elevator pitch. It's a very, very basic, very simple template that businesses have been using for, God, I don't even know how long, but basically this is something you cannot go wrong with. I have an elevator pitch. I teach everybody I talk to create an elevator pitch, because they're golden. Okay, so take a screenshot of that, because I'm going to get rid of it, but this is essentially what an offer looks like at a snapshot, and you would fill in these gaps. So we help fitness coaches achieve more clients in 90 days with Facebook ads without trying to go viral on social media, something like that, right? That could be your service, obviously, if you're doing Facebook ads. That is a snapshot of what an elevator pitch looks like, and I'm going to teach you how to take this elevator pitch and turn it into $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 and $20,000. per month. So let's dive in. Let's talk about the elements that are crucial for you to have to make an offer worth $3,000 per month, as in you can basically run a business that makes you at least $3,000 per month. What actually has to go into an offer to make this? Now, the first thing you need to include within an offer to make $3,000 per month is transformation. Now, a lot of people within their offers make the mistake of basically being vague on what the transformation is, because every single service that is sold and needs to help somebody, your ideal niche, achieve a transformation, right? This is helping somebody go from fat to fit. It's helping somebody go from broke to rich. It's helping somebody go from no clients to clients, a messy system to an automated system. It's helping somebody go from not knowing how to run ads to running ads and making lots of money. Every single offer that makes any amount of money, any single service has to achieve some kind of transformation. And if you don't label the transformation that you're trying to help people achieve, your offer is not going to be clear. And as a result, you're not actually going to get any people biting on your line, if you're fishing, of course, if you don't have a transformation that you're trying to help someone achieve. That needs to be as crystal clear as it can possibly be. We help you go from where you are, which you don't like, the pain point in which you currently have, to where you want to be. That is a transformation, A to Z, right? Don't know how to run a marathon to know how to run a marathon. No social media presence to social media presence. It could be absolutely anything. Obviously, it's going to be in relation to what your service actually is, but it has to achieve some kind of transformation. If your transformation is vague, doesn't make too much sense, people aren't going to be interested, which brings me on to my next thing, which is clear and concise. Those are the two factors that make a $3,000 per month offer. And what I mean by clear and concise is that you cannot leave any of your offer up for interpretation. You cannot make anything vague. You cannot make anything up for, make it subjective to what they feel like certain words mean. If your offer isn't clear, if it can be perceived another way, you will lose customers. People won't be interested in it because it's not clear enough on what they're exactly going to get. You cannot beat around the bush. So if you're creating an offer, if you've made an offer, remove the fluff words. Basically, go through it or make sure there is no fluff words in it. There's nothing that is unclear. There's nothing that is subjective. There's nothing that's up for interpretation. Your offer needs to be complete, plain, simple English that teaches somebody, or doesn't teach anybody, but shows somebody how you will take them from where they are to where they want to be. It's a transformation that you're trying to help somebody achieve, and it's as clear and concise as it can possibly be. Because trust me, you can make $1,000 to $2,000 a month with an offer that doesn't have a transformation and isn't clear and concise. This is where you kind of like walk into your local restaurant and you're like, hey guys, I want to help you manage your social media because I don't think yours is very good. Sure, that's kind of clear and concise, doesn't help somebody achieve a transformation, but you can definitely get away with making like $2,000. If you want to scale beyond that, you have to make sure your offer has a transformation and is as clear and concise as it can possibly be. Okay, those are the steps to get you to $3,000 per month easily with an offer. To get you to $5,000 per month, the next factor that's absolutely crucial is that you have a unique mechanism. And this basically means that within your service, you have a vehicle that helps somebody get from where they are to where they want to be, right? If it's from fat to fit, there's a vehicle. Is it a unique workout plan? Is it liposuction? Is it a weird kind of keto diet, right? If you help somebody go from broke to rich, it's like, what is the business model? What is the mechanism? What is the crypto coin, right? There's always going to be some kind of unique vehicle that gets them from where they are to where they want to be. You need to be able to have a unique mechanism that gets somebody from where they are to where they want to be. And if it isn't unique enough, then you don't stand out in the market. So I'll give you an example. When I was doing my influencer marketing, when I had an influencer marketing agency, my offer was basically, hey brand, I'll help you get more sales through the use of influencers, right? For doing influencer marketing. But if I just said, I will help you do this through influencer marketing, I would stand out from nobody. I'm actually the same as every other influencer marketing agency. So what I did is I gave my mechanism, my vehicle, a unique name. I made sure that my mechanism had something unique about it that basically allowed me to stand out within the market. Because if it wasn't unique, I blended into everybody else. So I called my influencer marketing service influencer pooling, because that was the method I used, my unique mechanism to help somebody achieve a transformation. Again, if your service is Facebook ads, sure, you can say, hey, we'll do this with Facebook ads. But again, you blur into everybody else. You want to stand out, and you can only do that by having a unique mechanism. Okay, it's not just Facebook ads, but it's our unique lead acquisition or client acquisition strategy that does XYZ, right? Typically within an elevator pitch, you would say, we help niche achieve result with unique mechanism. That is your unique thing. What is your unique thing? For me, it was influencer pooling. For you, obviously you would make it relevant to what your service is. If it's to do with social media management, don't call it with social media management, call it with our social media growth wizardry playbook, whatever you want to do, right? Just give it a unique name, make it sound unique. That's how you basically stand out and make more money. The second factor to make a $5,000 per month business is without ... Now, if you remember at the end of the elevator pitch that I put here, I put without pain point, right? Your without is an extremely important part of your offer, because basically what you're doing is you're preempting why they would say no. And you're basically telling someone that you understand the pain that they feel. Okay, so if we go back to the elevator pitch, which you can see on screen now, where it says, we help them achieve result with unique mechanism in time frame without pain point. That pain point is typically, what is a pain point but they're currently experiencing because they don't have your service, that you're going to help alleviate when they buy your service, right? This makes them feel heard. This makes them feel spoken. If you went to a doctor's office and you said, I have this pain point, doctor, or you said, my knee hurts, and the doctor said, cool, we're going to help fix your knee without needing to spend 2 months on recovery, right? That the doctor hears you, they feel you, they understand that the pain point is that you're trying to recover. They're saying you're not going to have to recover. So it's kind of going above and beyond and saying, without the problem that I know you have, that I'm now solving for you. A without section in your offer is so nice. Typically you would put it at the end, but just without something around the pain point, without you having this pain anymore, is a really nice way to kind of summarize your offer. Makes you feel heard, or makes the prospect feel heard, makes you stand out as well, because you're like, wow, that guy's talking directly to me. He knows exactly what my pain is, okay? So having a without ... is a really, really, really nice way to summarize your offer and obviously get you to 5K per month. The final thing I would say to get you to 5K per month is to have a time frame. Now, this is quite a good one. This is actually, in fact, this is a really good one. A time frame basically just tells the person you're trying to sell your service to that it's not going to take forever, right? You're just telling them that actually our service isn't going to take 2 years to complete. It's going to take X amount of time, because when you put a time frame on something, you're basically, no matter how long that time frame is, that time frame can be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120. It doesn't matter what it is, but it always is so much nicer than not having a time frame. Let me give you a little example. Uber, the company, is in the company where you basically order a car to come and pick you up and take you somewhere. The main way that they were able to stand out within the market is because they differentiated themselves by, when you buy a taxi, which is essentially what you're doing, you're booking a taxi, it tells you how long the taxi is going to take to get to you and get to the location, right? On live, updated in time, in real time, it gives you a live update. It gives you a time frame, okay? People started transferring over to Uber and trusted Uber more than a taxi. I don't even trust them, but what chose Uber over a taxi because of the fact that they could see a time frame on when the service would be delivered. They had an end date, they had an end goal, and it doesn't matter if that time frame was an hour. I'm sure no one wants to wait an hour anyway, but it doesn't matter if that time frame was 20 minutes. As long as they could see a time frame and they could see that time frame counting down and they could almost hold it, they could understand it, they would choose Uber over a normal taxi. And that's how Uber was able to differentiate themselves, because they had a live tracker on all of their drivers based on their phone and location, and they were able to stand out. And that just gives a bit of an insight for you to the psychology of users and consumers, based on a time frame helps them give a mental endpoint to what that service is going to be, which makes it almost more digestible. It makes it like, right, I can almost hold it in my hand. If I said to you I was going to deliver you a service without any time frame, you would be like, well, is that going to take you a day, 2 weeks, a month, a year? That it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult for then you to take action on my service, because of the fact that you have no idea when it's meant to end. However, having a time frame for your service within 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, it at least gives people some confidence that, hold up, there is an end date to this, and there is a result that I'm going to get within a certain time frame. Okay, so having a time frame, obviously make it relevant to you. It may take you 2 years. If that's how long your service is, that's fine, right? If your service is helping a company sell for $10 million plus, it may be a service that will take you 2 years to complete. That's fine. If it's helping them double their follower count on Instagram, that's a service that may take 2 weeks. Depends, obviously, right? But having a time frame on your service, just in the psychology of consumers, is such a nice thing to have, and it makes people more willing to take action because of the fact that they can see the end goal in mind, right? It's in the distance, but they can see it and they can hold it. Super, super important. These 3 things will get you to 5K per month, obviously including these 2 as well. So let's talk about the 10K per month offer attributes. And this video is sponsored by Curve. Now, Curve Pay is a mobile wallet that allows you to simplify your spending no matter where you are in the world, where you can essentially take any normal debit or credit card you have and combine it all into one app. So instead of carrying around a huge clunky wallet, all you need is your phone, and within the app, you can choose what card you want to select and pay with within seconds. Then go to your phone's wallet and it will automatically use that card. And this is good for traveling because it helps you avoid fees and also just gives you the simplicity of only needing to bring your phone. I use it pretty much everywhere I go, and there's also a cool feature where if you use a wrong card, you can actually change what card you use later on in the app. So if you accidentally make a purchase on the business card and then realize it probably wasn't a business expense, you can just reverse it, pretty much go back in time, up to 120 days later. And on top of that, you also get cash back at most retailers, and who doesn't love cash back? Now, CurvePay also have different tiers that you can choose from depending on what benefits that you want, from things like discounted airport lounge access with their Pay Pro Plus plan, on top of what you already get with your original card. But you can check that out over on their website. I've personally been using this digital wallet for about 3 years now, and I've never had a problem with it because it's a tool I can rely on no matter where I am in the world or what I'm buying. So you can sign up with the link in the description because it makes Apple Pay and Google Pay feel completely useless. Now, the first thing that is incredibly important is risk reversal. Now, when it comes to trying to sell your service to somebody, if your service is really good and it can deliver a result and it's actually proven to deliver a result and everything's there, like there's no confusion around the legitimacy of it, the only reason somebody wouldn't take action on your service, or 99% of the time, the reason somebody wouldn't take action is because of the risk that it's going to cost them, the risk that they have to incur in order to actually buy or take on your service. That's 90% of the time. And this can be risk based on the amount of time that it's going to cost them, the amount of money that it's going to cost them, time that it's going to take, the money that it's going to cost them, effort that it's going to cost them, what they're going to have to sacrifice to do it. This is all risk that they have to incur. Okay. When I am being offered the service of video editing from the 10,000 people that I get offered the service from, there is a risk that I have to take on board. There's a risk that I'm going to spend money and I'm not going to get a result. There's a risk that my video is going to perform really, really badly and it's going to be bad on my reputation. There's a risk that it's gonna be a really bad video editor, and therefore it's going to delay the progress that I want to make for 2 months because of that fact. There's always going to be a risk. Now, when you're able to reverse the risk within your service, you're able to basically make it an absolute no-brainer for somebody, okay? So when you look at your service and you're selling the service of, I don't know, social media growth, right? Ask yourself, what is the risk that the customer has to take on board in order to actually have my service? What is the risk that they have to consume to take on board my service? What could that be? Whatever that risk is, it's your job to try and reverse the risk, try and take it off, try and get rid of the risk that you know that they're going to encounter as a result of buying your service. This could be the fact that it's going to cost them a lot of money. Cool, you can do a pay on results basis. It can be the fact that it's going to take them a lot of time. Amazing, they don't have to lift a finger. It can be the fact that it could damage their reputation. Amazing. I mean, I'm not sure how you reverse reputation damage. Typically, it would be a case of like, if you're not happy, you don't pay, but that's the idea. If you can reverse the risk within your offer, you can make it a no-brainer for people to take action. And typically, when you've just created an offer, when you have a brand new business that you're running, it's quite hard to reverse the risk without any proof of concept, because what you're doing is you're basically just kind of keeping your fingers crossed, hoping it'll work. Once you have a bit of progress, once you have a bit of traction, it is much easier to reverse the risk that someone's going to encounter by basically making sure they don't encounter it. Because when you can reverse risk that somebody would have to take, they've now got no excuse, you know? The reason I don't jump off this building right now, 60 floors up, is because I'm taking risk. If you told me I could jump off and I would be absolutely fine, I don't know why I would, but I would probably jump off, right? Because I have no more risk anymore. The same thing goes with every service that you're buying or offering. When you can reverse the risk, you make it a no-brainer for somebody. When it's a no-brainer for somebody, people will buy on demand because of the fact that they can. What's stopping them, right? That's it, risk reversal. In fact, I'm going to highlight this just due to how important it is. Make sure you can figure out a risk reversal for your service and it will make you a shit ton of money. I promise you that. The next thing we're going to talk about is making your offer specifically tailored. Now, what I mean by this is that you can have an offer that's broad or you can have an offer that's niche. Now, when you have an offer that's niche, is then you're helping a specific person achieve a specific outcome and you're helping them solve a specific problem, you become a specialist. You become someone that is specialized helping a certain type of person. And when you can be specifically tailored, you stand out massively in the market, number one. Number two, you come across as a professional because of the fact that you're not a generalist anymore, you're a specialist. Again, I'll use the doctor's office analogy. If you went into a doctor's office and you had a really specific problem, or you're a very specific type of person, and a doctor came up to you and said, hey, I specialize in your specific problem for you, you're going to say, amazing, I will pay you, doctor, triple the amount of money because I know you specialize with my problem. Okay. Same thing goes with you as a person. You know, if you walked in and your name's John and you're 30 and you have 3 kids and a dog, and a doctor came up to you and said, hey, I specialize only with patients called John who are 30, who have 3 kids and a dog, you're going to think, amazing, this doctor is specialized to me. You feel treated. You feel almost like protected in a weird way. Having your service specifically tailored to a certain person also allows you to get hyper specific on the problems that they have. And as a result, you can solve those problems and make that part of your offer. You know, different markets have different problems that they need to be solved. And therefore, when you can get specific on the market, you can get specific on the problem you're solving, you can get more specific on the offer as a whole. So make sure, and this may not work straight away. I mean, it can work straight away. As you expand your service, as you want to grow and as you want to develop, instead of thinking, oh, I'll just work with anybody and everybody because surely that's going to make the most amount of money. No, work with a small group of people and get hyper specific on the problem they have and the problem you can solve for them. As a result, you'll make more money because you become a specialist, and specialists always get paid more than generalists. That's just like a fact. Like, you can't go wrong with that at all. And the final one that's going to make you $10,000 a month within your business is having a USP. Now, a USP is a unique selling point, and this is basically something about you that makes you stand out from the rest of the market, the rest of the people, right? And now I could go into heavy detail of a USP and what it is. I'm not going to, because it's going to be a 40-minute video on its own, but essentially just imagine it as something where if I were to line you, if you had a business, let's say it's video editing, and I were to take you and I were to take 4 other video editors and line you up next to each other, and I would say to you, what is different about you and the 3 other people next to you? You both all edit videos. Let's say you all edit videos of the same quality and stuff like that, and you all are as good as each other. What is different about you and the 3 other people next to you? I ask a lot of people this when I jump on my onboarding calls with them, when I'm helping them turn their skills into profit. Every single time their answer is, I'm not too sure. That's a problem. If you can't figure out what differentiates you from other people, how in the world are other people meant to figure out why they should choose you over other people? Because you're always competing. There's always a market that you're up against, competition that you have. If you can't figure out why you're special and why you should be chosen, you're going to struggle to sell your skill. You're going to struggle to sell your service for a lot of money because of the fact that there's no reason anyone should go with you. You're not special. You're not unique. You're not particular. And that's a massive problem, which means that your focus needs to be on figuring out what your USP is. What is unique about you that is not unique about other people? It could be like an addition that you have on top of your service. It could be the kind of people that you target and how you only work specifically with this type of person. You know, you could be a dog groomer that only works with a specific breed of dog, like really aggressive dogs, let's say, for example, and you specialize in grooming aggressive dogs. That's a USP because of the fact that you're doing something different to what the other market is, or the rest of the market is doing. Again, that's if you're a dog groomer, which is a bit of a weird one, but I hope you get the idea, right? Working with a specific type of person, it can be delivering a specific type of result, delivering a specific type of outcome. You can be a video editor, right? Or you can be a video editor that only edits ads, only edits ad content. That is your USP. You're still a video editor, same service as a normal video same service as a normal video editor has, but actually you're just serving people that want to run ads. That's a USP. It's a unique selling point. It's a unique part of your service. That's the idea, okay? So those are the 3 factors that make a $10,000 per month business, or offer that will make a $10,000 per month business, reversing the risk, making it specifically tailored, and creating a USP. Now we talk about the big juicy $20,000 per month. What are the parts of an offer that you must be included to make $20,000 per month? Let's have a look. Now, the first thing is actually a value ladder upsell. A value ladder upsell. Now, this is basically like an addition to your service, because most people have one service and they offer one service. And I would recommend that as well. Have one service, become a specialist, become amazing at that one service. But what you should also have is an upsell, something in which when you deliver a result to your client, you can then upsell them to like the next level. You get them to the next stage, This could be a simple example such as, let's say your service is you do email copywriting for local businesses in your area, right? For whatever reason. I wouldn't even say local businesses is a niche. So let's say that you do copywriting for gyms, right? And you help them write their emails. That's your service. That's your main thing. And you've incorporated all of this stuff into your service, into your offer. But how do you add an upsell to it? It could be a fact that when you've delivered a good result via email marketing for these gyms, you also then upsell them to writing blogs for them, right? It could be like an additional service where you say, hey, now I've got you. I recommend that we actually also write blogs, because this is going to help you increase your reach and increase your client acquisition by XYZ, whatever it may be. It's having some kind of upsell where you can take them to the next level. It has to still be in line with your service. It still has to make sense and be relevant, but it's basically something else you can bring them to that makes sense to them. They still get the same result that they wanted, and obviously they're happy as Larry, okay? That is what makes a $20,000 per month offer, having something that you can upsell them to. Because this takes one client that's worth, let's say, $3,000 per month, and now that client is worth $5,000 per month. It's the same client, they know you, they respect you, they like you because you've already delivered the result for them already, but now you're basically making a better service out of it, right? So having some kind of upsell within your offer, this won't become apparent straight away. An upsell is something you only really mention after you've already delivered the first result. But once you have delivered that first result, you should most definitely be like, hey, did you know I also do this? Do you know I can help you with this? Do you know we can do this together? That's what makes an upsell, and that's why it's so incredibly valuable, because you can turn one client and double, triple their worth. This kind of brings me on to my next point about a 20K per month offer, which is actually just having a value stack, which is quite similar to having just a value ladder upsell, but it's basically just making sure that your service goes above and beyond other people. Like, it's funny, but if you want to make a lot of money, if you want to make $20,000 a month with your offer, your service has to be incredibly good. That's quite literally it. You just have to have a really good value stack where someone knows that out of your service, they're going to get more and more and more and more and more. Because the way to really make $20,000 a month with your offer is to keep a client for a long period of time. That's it, right? Because it's much easier to keep a client than it is to get a new client. And if you want to keep a client, you need to go above and beyond with the value that you're offering them. It needs to be more than other people. It needs to be better than other people, faster than other people, more efficient than other people. Some kind of value stack that includes your USP. It makes you stand out, but it also just comes across as far more valuable. And the final thing that I'll mention that is included in a 20K per month offer is different pricing options. Now, what I mean by this is that most people have one pricing option, right? It would be like, oh, we'll charge you $3,000 per month to run your Facebook ads for you, right? And that will be it. The people that make $20,000 plus a month with their service have different pricing options, which is the kind of idea of where they won't just charge you a monthly retainer to run ads for you, but they'll also charge you a commission based on the ad revenue, or sorry, the results that they generate for you. Really simple one, right? They don't just charge you $3,000, but they also charge you 10% of results that they generate for you. That's an example. That way, you're taking a service, again, that is worth $3,000, or a client that's worth $3,000, and you're turning them into being worth $5,000, $7,000 because of a fact where you're being paid based on your results. The people that I see that have offers that look like this are honestly the people that basically just are custom with their pricing. They're unique with their pricing. And this can be anything. I mean, typically, if you're going to include more pricing options, you would include things like pay on results as well. So you would have like a setup fee. You could have a monthly retainer. You can have a pay on results. You can have like 5 or 6 different pricing options. It doesn't really matter. As long as it makes sense and as the value that you're offering them or delivering to them is surplus of what you're charging them, it's absolutely fine. The trick here with having different pricing options is just to have a pricing option that isn't fixed, that is based on the results that you get them, right? Because as you deliver better results, you're going to make more money. And also it just incentivizes you to help them more, right? You're more inclined to do better work for them because of a result that you get paid more when you help them achieve better result. And they know that as a fact, and therefore they'll be willing to pay you more, right? It all kind of syncs up. It all makes loads of sense. So if you want to include different pricing options to hit that $20,000 per month, have some kind of, I'll write down for you, have some kind of set fee, right? Which is like a monthly retainer. It's set, it's going to cost what it's going to cost. And then have something based on results, right? A set fee and a results fee that allows you to, again, be paid a surplus based on the value that you provide them. And also it can be custom based on how much money you make them. That, ladies and gents, is kind of as a whole how you can scale a business from $3,000 to $20,000 a month using your offer and the different attributes, the different elements of an offer that you need to go from $3,000 a month to $20,000 a month. Again, this $20,000 a month doesn't work without this, okay? $10,000 a month doesn't work without this. It all needs prior to get it to this point here. Once you have everything, once you have transformations, clear and concise, unique mechanism, you have a without something, time frame, risk reversal, it's tailored, you've got a good USP, you've got a value ladder upsell, different pricing options and a value stack, I promise you, you have a business that can make you way, way, way more than $20,000 per month. This is what I teach people on a literally day-to-day basis. It's what's worked for people. It's what's worked for me. If you want to learn from me directly, there'll be a link below that you can click on. No pressure, but obviously, if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're in the right place to actually learn from this. This is going to make you a lot of money if you learn how to actually utilize it properly. But yeah, if you enjoyed, let me know. Leave a comment. Hopefully you found that valuable. And I'll see you in the next one. Au revoir.